Welcome back to my channel, guys. This is your boy, I am the Pizza Man Gaming, back with another Philadelphia's franchise rebuild. Week 13, we are currently 6-5, going up against the 4-7 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We are not, as of right now, we are not in the playoffs, but we're looking to change that and shake some things up. Let's see, we're gonna get into this weekly strategy and see what's popping. And of course, Tom Brady's still there. Vita Veda still on the top defender on defense. But yeah, man, we still a little rough around the edges with our rookie, but he's getting better and better each day. No injuries on offense. No injuries on defense, so we're going in 100% against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Got a couple of people to upgrade. I think we officially changed the playbook to the Panthers, and we're gonna go with Kaepernick for this game, and we'll see what's what, man. Like I said, we gotta get the playoff push, man. But we're gonna hop into this game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're one overall better than us, but we should come out and make the game competitive.
Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles.
And we're off with the ball first. Come out here and put 6 on the board.
The 25-yard line as this offense gets set to
Start
take
for
over.
one play. Miles Sanders is out, so but we have Kenneth Gainwell to carry the load.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL.
Let's get him started early.
That high-powered,
You got Kaepernick at the starting position today.
to me, that's the magic.
Probably gonna go with Kaepernick for the rest of the season.
You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout.
That's 3rd and 1.
That means your offense has to keep pace.
You don't know, just hand the ball off to.
And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell.
You got it.
Boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're
He didn't get it,
football,
so
he's going to be a
I'm gonna
foot
go
so
for it.
short. Kaepernick to throw for it on 4. This is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski.
Good run. Good drive. Good play. Good
First
play.
down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Kind of screws with that, but oh well.
Kaepernick now to throw.
Oh, Kaepernick's got to get that out.
Mike Edwards picks it off. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to
Turnover,
the
we didn't want that, but
first try
it's all
on
good.
offense for the Bucs.
Let's go defense. He just gave up 6. It's alright. We got a long game.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And they'll begin on the ground with Gainwell.
Good run, gang girl.
And down he
Good
goes,
run
but he
on the
takes
ball.
it up to the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a play fake. Kaepernick. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack.
Gotta get some pressure, man.
Making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack result.
Third and long. We don't like third and long.
But they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15
We can
coming
deal
up.
with it. Just gotta deal with it, man. Gotta play smart.
Now is Kaepernick.
Get the yards we can.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean.
And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And this defense looking like
Come on, man.
the Eagles offense set to
Come on,
begin the
Cap.
next
We overthrowing the ball,
and
man.
fresh off the pick 6. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball,
Throwing the ball.
he's going to be
Throwing the
like what we talk
ball.
about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there.
Good play. Good play. Good play. On the
And
ball.
able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
On the ball.
Kaepernick now on first down. And that is incomplete.
We ain't getting no pressure up. We're not getting no protection up front.
That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
We need Chicago to lose.
On second down, Gainwell looking for space. Gainwell a first down and more.
And he's going to wind up getting this
First down,
all
good
the way
run
down to the
by
Buccaneers
Gainwell.
8.
78 yards rushing for him
Good
as he's got
run.
the afternoon off to a great start.
Gotta get in the end zone and score here.
Catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. To throw is Kaepernick. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet
bad
down.
pass.
This will wind up incomplete.
It's a
Nothing
bad
on
pass
first
from
down, so the ball
Kaepernick.
remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
Points are a
Only
must
couple yards
on
there,
this
and that's going to
drive.
set up a long 3rd and goal.
We must get points.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Forced out to his left. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball.
Come on, Cap. We were down 21
The
nothing.
Eagles offense set to begin their
Big.
next drive.
It's gonna take a
And
miracle to
so
come back
close
from this
to
game.
hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
Short-term memory.
and move on to the next series.
Back to Gainwell here on second down.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun. It's Kaepernick.
Then you got the rookie involved.
He finds his man. Complete. It's Reese. They'll contain him to
Good
just
play.
4. 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice
Why
play,
you make
even
something
though it
out
was
of nothing?
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell. And he'll take this one up close to
Well,
the
we
45.
gotta go for it, man.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Reese. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. On the counter, it's Gainwell. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out
only
of your
thing that's working
you
is
don't
running
fit the
game
run
right
quite
now.
as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They run here with Jason Huntley, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16.
Come on, Pat.
A big turn. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some
Nothing
of that
is working this
frustration
game,
boil over
man.
in his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. That's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
Good catch, good catch. We got a point from
Eagles
the board.
1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action.
Points on the board.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Come on, Cap. We got to throw that away.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you
no
actually
separation,
have to do
man.
the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do.
Good punt
Don't
coverage.
take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
Very
They're just
disappointing
gonna run it
half.
here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start down in Texas as it's the New York Football Giants on the road to take on Houston. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From Chicago, we head north to the home of their rivals as we check on the Packers at home in Lambeau. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Mac Jones with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. C.D. Lamb, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast.
Man, we're gonna make a quarterback change. Yep. You gotta pull him, man. Gotta pull him. So, see what we can do with the rookie second half.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
Ran off any spark at this point. And here's a handoff to Gainwell. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet, what am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact,
Boogie comes in and throws a couple of good passes.
They talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their career, so that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Get in the end zone, man.
Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Come on, Rook.
Slings one that's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he'll take it
Finally
into
getting
the
in
end
his
zone
own.
for an Eagles touchdown. Jason Huntley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Over the middle.
Who are you throwing to, bro?
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And they'll get him down.
And DJ Shark goes down.
And hold everything here because DJ Shark, after that last play, went down and he's yet to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And he he's able to get the
On the
first
ball.
before he's taken down at the 36. And the offense moving quickly to the line. He finds
Catch
his
Reese.
man complete. It's Reese. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over
Good
out of
catch,
bounds.
Reese.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think
You can
the
score
scoreboard is
here and
dictating
get another
what
stop
they
and
need
score
to do,
again.
where
It's
they
a
are in
whole
this
new ball game.
They've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time.
Inside
That's a
the
nice
2.
play there. And that's a
Brandon
nice job of
Williams
working his
return.
way open down in the red zone. Look that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape.
And this is caught.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. DJ Chark with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope. The Eagles offense set to begin
down
their
14.
next
Let's
drive.
go.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure.
Ready to get rid of it.
Nothing
Ready to get rid of that.
downfield, so he'll throw it away. Charles,
Ready
this
to
one
get
not
rid of
over
that.
certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range.
On the ball.
And guess what? They've got a shot.
And quickly they get to the line. On 1st and 10, Bell dancing to his left.
They block.
And he'll go out of
First
bounds in
down.
the red
Good
zone
run.
just inside the 20.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Good run. Good run by the rookie. Good run by the rookie.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and
Ranking is
10.
not really working on the play. Try to hit. Got it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right.
Come on,
For
bro.
the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens
Stop the
now
clock,
with these
stop the clock.
quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
You gotta
it's
score,
3rd
man.
and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
It's two down territory. So we don't have to pick it up all here, which is a good
Looking to
thing.
throw. Bell.
Touchdown.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles
He's right back into the game, man.
one-score game again here in the 4th.
Got to fit there in that
Just when you
pocket.
thought this game might be out of reach, 2 straight touchdowns have made it a ball game again.
Certainly.
Let's go, defense. Defense got to
The
stop,
Eagles
baby.
offense set to begin their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt.
And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Now left side on the swing
Got plenty of
pass.
time. We got plenty of time.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. On first and 10, it's Gainwell. And he'll be
Good run by
down
Gainwell.
just shy of the 45. Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Bell. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. Well, that puts a little... So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Bucs, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.
Had a good effort, man. Comeback. Great effort. So I don't know. Quarterback story is rough, man. Robo, he came in, did a phenomenal job. That one costly pick at the end of the game, but he was pretty well. 6 incomplete passes, 173 yards, and 2 touchdowns in that one pick, man. He was doing pretty good. Kendall Gainwell showed out, had 19 carries for 133 on the ground. Huntley 2 for 30 with a touchdown. Receiving wise, Gainwell had 5 for 44. Dallas Goedert 4 for 82. Najee Reese 4 for 48. Clark had the 2 touchdowns to get us back in the game, 3 for 31. And Devontae 1 for 7. And Grunt had 1 for 7 as well. Lane gave up 2 sacks. Jackson 2 pancakes. Defensive wise, Eric Wilson led us in tackles with 8, followed by Steven Smith with 6 and KJ Wright with 5. Had 1 sack by Brandon Graham. No interceptions. Kicking wise was really good. We punted once for 45 yards, 1 inside the 20. No kicking return yards, and a punt return 2 for 20 yards. 2 punt returns, 2 for 20. So had a great effort, fell short, but gonna move on to the next week, and hopefully we can bounce back from this tough loss. Lane Johnson has to upgrade. That's gonna hurt our playoff chances. Really, but we got a big game coming up against Washington football team. So we're pretty good. Because if Washington in? Oh, Washington, but we gotta beat. If we can beat the Browns, I mean the Bears, we should be in good shape. But we're gonna send them to the next week. Someone's calling it quits. Who might be calling quits? Wrong season. Alright. What up, what up, what up? How you doing? So it's rough, man. So Marlon Mack is their key person. On offense, DeForest Buckner. On defense, do some training. Should be good on defense, maybe? Yeah, good on defense. Person died this game. People saying it's broken. Yeah, man, it's somewhat broken. Like, I would say it's broken. I would say it's 60% broken and got a couple upgrades. 60% broken and 40% like not. But it's still a good game though. But Madden's always gonna be broken. It honestly is. It's always gonna be broken. That's just my opinion. Okay, so they're number 6. We're trying to sneak into the playoffs, man. I think we gotta win out. But playing against the Colts in Lucas Oil Stadium, they're 2 overalls better than us, but we should come out here and get the dub. They have a big free agent signing, Devontae Adams. So let's go. Wisconsin here, Pack all the way. Oh yeah, I mean I like Pack, but man, we talking football right now. I hope the Packers win. I really hope they win Super Bowl. But I'm just upset that my Saints didn't get in. I'm a Saints fan, so I am a Saints fan.
Today,
But
from Lucas Oil Stadium in
I got
Indianapolis,
Saints rebuild
it's
on my
week
Twitch channel if you want to check that
14
out.
of the NFL on EA Sports.
Yes, I think everybody's happy that the Cowboys lost. I am so happy. Like I said, the Cowboys are who we thought they were. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's get into this game. I gotta start I'm not starting Kaepernick.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0. As
Defense
the
came up
offense
with a
gets
stop.
ready to take over the football.
Got Miles Sanders back.
First carry of the game, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game,
Doggone Bears keep winning, man.
and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle.
Come on, bro.
Intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Defensively that time they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well,
let's go defense. Good job,
the Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
To throw on second down, Bell.
Wrong person.
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted.
So it's my bad. I was looking at the wrong receiver. Oh, looking at the right receiver, throwing the wrong person. It's my bad.
So the football will be
We're
at
gonna
the
be all right.
25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Throwing after the interception, Bell.
Come on, Bill.
Rifles one incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
So following the incompletion,
I mean, one of them games, huh,
from
Bill?
the 25. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the gun on third down. Bell flushed out right.
All right, Bill.
Interception, the third of this first quarter.
Okay, Bill.
Picked up by Rocky Sin. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The Eagles offense.
All right, Bill. Get your ass down, bro. Because you tripping. You tripping too hard.
Set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any
Tripping,
interception,
bro.
are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back
One
out there and
ball.
go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Gonna be a heavy dose of Miles Sanders today.
How they attack him here.
But
Give
since
him
the
a yard on
quarterback's
the
can't
run
throw,
there, and that's going to
he's
set
tripping,
up
bro.
a 3rd down and 2. To throw, Kaepernick. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Nothing I can do about that.
Stewart able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away.
Taken from just outside the 30. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Colts will go on off. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now Kaepernick. Flush to his right. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Let's go.
They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning.
Two runs happening.
57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Now Kaepernick. Escaping the pressure right. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Kick is up.
McCann's kick
Kick
up
is
and
good.
And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. The Eagles
Get some points
offense
on the
set
board
to
for
begin their next
halftime, man.
drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score.
This is my ball, baby.
Philadelphia.
Let's go, Eagles.
DJ Chark, an 80.
Put some more points back on the board. Way to get into the end
Set to
zone.
take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the first half. Well, it's caught on the right side. It's
Out of
Smith.
bounds. Good. Way to get out of bounds. Way to
this
get
one
out
up
of
to his
bounds.
30 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, Kaepernick. Going deep here for Watkins.
Good play.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard.
That have been a good play.
In the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone now, Kaepernick. And that's complete to Sanders. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
Kicks up. Kicks is good.
Kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
Come on, time to play.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football.
Yeah, close game here.
Something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side.
Come on, Reese. Reese, you got to come down with that.
Incomplete.
You got to come down with that, Reese.
Trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We need the Falcons to win.
3rd and
We'll
long.
lose.
It's Kaepernick.
Come on, Sharp.
Dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. But it appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half. Still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work, while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 15. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And a tight game after punting last time. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here's Kaepernick to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Reese.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders.
First down, easy. On the
To the
ball.
33, good enough for a first down. And now they're in the hurry up. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Kaepernick. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders.
Way to get out the backfield. Way to fight,
Sanders. 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one
first down
there
on the
turn
ball.
this into a bigger gain.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Flush to his right. And this one complete to Smith. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Good
And he is
moves.
tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. 49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They'll run here with Gainwell. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use The back end of the end zone, the sidelines is extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense got the stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And Sanders there with a 1st down carry that might have gotten a yard, if that. 2nd down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
The guy's 200 yards. This is by far his best game of the season.
Play action. Now Kaepernick. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Down Dangbo. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The Eagles on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Come on, Reese.
Hang on to that, here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense. He's created a very long field.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
I'll pick up this 1st down.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Had to wait till he cleared it out.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now so the football
3 timeouts.
At the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now Kaepernick.
Come on, Reed. Come on, Devontae.
He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Kaepernick to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw, Kaepernick. He finds his man, complete. That's Reese. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Good catch.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Take that, scramble.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To throw is Kaepernick.
Ball game. Yep.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the Colts have just about sewn up this football game. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Colts, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year.
And they will hit the road next week to take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.
He lose a tough one, man. Check out the stats. Kaepernick played one of the best games of his career. 104.3 QBR, 17 to 24, through there 238, 65% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. I'm not gonna talk about Roy because he's about to get traded or released. 17 for 70 for Miles Sanders, receiving wise. DJ Shark 3 for 114, 3 for 17 for Devontae, and that's about it. Blocking wise, Jason gave up a pancake and a sack. Lane had a pancake. Jordan and Landon had a pancake as well. KJ Wright led the team in tackles with 10. Darius Slay with 7. Kevon Wallace with 6. And Eric Smith with 6 as well. Had a half a sack from Kevon and Brandon. No picks. Kicking wise, 2 for 2. And longest of 53 yards. Punt wise, 4 punts for 237 yards, 1 inside the 20. No kick returns and 2 punt returns for 1 yard. So shark with an upgrade. And send him to the next week. And next episode we'll be taking on the Chicago Bears, 8-5. Had 2 bad losses. With got about 3 more weeks left, so maybe hopefully we win out and we could squeak into the playoffs like we did last year and go on a magical run. Who knows? But it all starts here. Next week, well, this week, week 15, and we'll see how we'll see what we get done, man. But that's gonna do it for this episode. If you liked the video, don't forget to comment and subscribe if you're new. Hit the comment section down below. I'm your boy Pizza Man Gaming, and I'm out. Peace.